Welcome to New Vision TV News. I am Rotary. These are our top stories from the news around Uganda. Rubirizi victims receive aid. Moving on to Iganga district, woman gives birth to quintuplets. And from Wakiso district, ATM fraudster netted. In the news around the East African region, from Kenya, the ongoing census affects Kenya's hangout places. And in the news around the world, US-China trade war talks to resume. In our special report today, we talk to Gayazaz Chisarare, who shares her plans after retirement. You're watching New Vision TV News with me, Ruth Naseja, broadcast from the New Vision newsroom. We'll take a look at the news around Uganda first. From Rubirizi district, President Yoweri Museveni has ordered police to carry out investigations into the Chambura Inferno to find out the conditions and the details of the fuel tanker that left 23 people dead and scores injured. Museveni wants police to establish whether the fuel tanker was in dangerous mechanical conditions and the type of the insurance it carried. He said if the fuel tanker was not in good condition to be on the road and it was not insured, then the Uganda police will have to be blamed and will have to explain. He summoned the traffic officer to explain and also talk about the role of third-party insurance on the road. In his explanation, the RPC for Greater Bushenyi Region Police Commander Bosco Tim described the accident as fatal in nature, stating that they have not found out the owner of the truck. In one of the interviews New Vision TV had with the town boy who survived, Hassan Hazizi, he said the over 11,000 liters of diesel and the truck belonged to one businessman only identified as Mukutari, who is based in the Eldoret. The driver of the fuel tanker, who also perished in the inferno, was driving from Eldoret en route to Butembo in DR Congo. According to the town boy, the fuel tanker failed at Chambura and ended up ramming into the saloon car and a minibus which was loading and offloading passengers at the stage and caused fire outbursts spreading to the business community around. Museveni announced that government will extend a hand of help to families which lost their relatives with 5 million shillings each. Those who got injured with 1 million shillings each, while those who got their businesses destroyed will get a restart capital. The landlords whose buildings got gutted with fire will benefit from the government support, according to the president.
Now we to RDC na Karoro mstungirege abantu abo tumanyama kagao icyo nambeho kuyagira abafiri.
Let's move on to Iganga district, where Sophia Mutesi, a resident of Chibale village, Naboye sub-county in Namutumba district, on Sunday gave birth to 5 bouncing babies at Iganga main hospital maternity ward. 3 of the children are female, while 2 are male. The joy of motherhood to her came as a shock, since she expected twins, as it was confirmed in her earlier antenatal visits. Now, mother of 8 children says getting the second pregnancy was not easy. She adds that she even asked advice from a traditional healer who gave her herbs to drink in order to conceive. Her first pregnancy was more similar to the second one. Mute says she gave birth to triplets in 2013 who are still alive. Her husband, Bilal Mbanya, a peasant farmer in Chibale village, has appealed to anyone with support to offer them, since children need milk, other necessities like clothes and food. News from the capital, Kampala. 8-year-old Beatrice Babidia and Patra Nakato were among the thousands of twins who attended this year's Twins Festival at Nambole Stadium on Sunday. Different from other twins, this pair could not play with other children because they are living with albinism. This is a congenital disorder characterized in humans by a complete or partial absence of pigment in the skin, hair, and eyes. Since the The twins could not keep their eyes open. In yesterday's coaching sun, their mother kept them under the tents. Their story is no different from any other people living with albinism. According to their mother, also a twin, Nalong Babide Madrin, their father wanted to take off when he realized that he had gotten albino twins. Most people in their home area of Kalango village and at school, she says, call the twins Bazungu. Babide says that she came for the festival to see whether there are other albino twins and also for her children to see other children like them. However, she was disappointed there were no any albino twins. However, the function was organized by Vision Group. It ended successfully and was graced by the Speaker of Parliament, Rebecca Kadaga Alitwala. News coming in from Wakiso District Police in Matuga have arrested Julius Tukwase, a resident of Bushenye, for allegedly frauding money from ATM users. The OC station, Bosco Patrick Obutol, said the suspect has always pretended to be helping people to perform withdrawal transactions, but in turn steal money from them. Obutol says Tukwase works with a group of people to con ATM users.
On the 19th, it was around 11 when we got information and tip-off of fraudsters who rob people at ATM machines. So I sent my CI and the stick, and we managed to arrest one called Tukwase Julius.
We end the news around Uganda, where Ugandans across the world participated in the 2018 Rotary Cancer Run on Sunday. Runners from Russia, South Africa, Mombasa, Rwanda, and other parts of the world shared pictures on their social media platforms, running through the streets in their respective cities. Back in Kampala, mammoth crowds turned up at Kolo ceremonial grounds to help raise awareness and funds to combat the scourge. Speaker of Parliament Rebecca Kadaga flagged off the runners that braved the early morning rain to help raise funds that will build two bunkers that will house two linear accelerators at Nsambya Hospital. We now move on to news around the East African region. We started from Southeast Sudan. The country's Revenue Authority and Trademark East Africa have signed an agreement to promote trade and help the country, whose economy largely depends on oil revenues, diversify into other sectors by establishing modern systems of the faster clearance of goods. The deal, officials said in a statement, will link Southeast Sudan to the regional electronic cargo tracking system, which is currently implemented on the Northern Corridor in Uganda, Kenya, Rwanda, and the Democratic Republic of Congo through the respective revenue and custom administrators. News from Kenya, entertainment and leisure joints in the capital Nairobi and other cities are counting losses after they were restricted from opening late because of the ongoing census. The census, which started on Saturday, ends on August 31st. The Interior Minister, Fred Matiang'i, ordered bars, pubs and entertainment places to close from 5 p.m. Saturday to 2 p.m. Sunday. Then also from Sunday 5 p.m. to Monday 5 p.m. Band club owners say they are losing millions because of the directive not to operate late in the night. Nairobi is a vibrant nightlife, which is an industry in itself. Following the closure, the city is now lifeless. Soccer lovers missed watching the Arsenal versus Liverpool match on Saturday evening because bars and pubs had to be closed early and all Kenyans were expected to be indoors waiting for enumerators. Closing off the news around East Africa is a story from Rwanda, where the Uganda High Commission in Kigali successfully held the Cancer Run on Sunday to coincide with the one in Kampala. Both organized by Rotary Club to raise funds to build two bunkers that will house two linear accelerators at Nsambya Hospital. The run in Kigali attracted the diplomatic corps, Rotary Club of Kigali, Virunga, and the Uganda diaspora in Rwanda and local well-wishers. Runners assembled at the Uganda High Commission in Kinyuru, from where the run started and ended. It was a 5-kilometer run. The run in Kigali comes amid uncertainty about the relations between the two countries. Following the signing of the MOU last week, Rwanda is yet to reopen its border. We move on to news around the world. We start from the continent. In the Democratic Republic of Congo, there has been an announcement of a coalition government 7 months after the inauguration of a new president, Felix Tshisekedi. Prime Minister Sylvester Ilungu told reporters the president signed the decree and they will begin work very soon. This was before the members of the new government were announced by the president, his spokesperson. The power-sharing agreement will see the majority of the 66 members drawn from former President Joseph Kabila's Common Front for Congo. Kabila presided over the Sub-Saharan Africa's biggest country for nearly 2 decades and still commands widespread support. In Somalia, the government has accused the Kenyan military of destroying mobile phone masts in the south of the country where Kenyan troops are deployed in the fight against the Islamic militant group, the Al-Shabaab. It wants the African Union to intervene and investigate the attacks which seem to be aimed at preventing the militants from communicating. The Kenyan authorities have not commented on the allegation. Somali telecoms firm Homadi issued a statement on Saturday saying there have been 12 such attacks in the Gedo region, disconnecting up to 4,000 people. In Sudan, a state of emergency has been declared in Sudan's Red Sea state after ethnic violence left at least 16 people dead. The country's new interim government has also dismissed the governor of the eastern state and the regional security chief. It is not clear what caused the clashes, which raged between the Bani Yama and Nuba groups in the Port Sudan from Wednesday until Saturday. Away from the continent, in Britain, Prime Minister Boris Johnson has pledged $12.3 million to help restore the Amazon rainforest, which has been ravaged by fires, sparking a wave of global concern. The money would be made available immediately to help restore the habitat, including areas that have been hit by the fires, the British government said in a statement released at the G7 summit in the French resort of Beatrice. Closing off the news around the world is a story from the United States where President Donald Trump has said U.S. and Chinese trade negotiators would very shortly resume talks in what he described as a breakthrough in the two economic superpowers trade war. Trump told reporters at the G7 summit in Beatrice that China called last night said, let's get back to the table. So we will be getting back to the table, in his quotes. Trump said the Chinese officials had made 2 very, very good calls and that they want to make a deal. That is it for the news around the world. We now take a short break, but when we come back, we'll take a look at the news in business.